Hi, it's Karolyn. I'm here to help you learn how to bake and decorate amazing cakes. And in this video, I am answering one of the questions that I get asked the most is how do I decide whether I'm going to print edible images on a cake or make marshmallow fondant decorations? And I have 5 reasons for you, but before I get into it, what are edible images? Edible images are images that you print using an edible printer. And does that mean you can eat the printer? No, that was a horrible joke. But with an edible printer, you use edible ink and edible icing paper to print out these beautiful pictures. And by the way, shameless little plug here, I get all of my edible printing supplies at Icing Images, and I'm going to put my affiliate link in the description for you. I do have the platinum level edible, wait, there's so many words to it, I always get it messed up. I have the platinum entry level edible printer system. And it comes with the printer and the cartridges and the cleaning kit and wafer paper and icing paper, everything that you need to get started. You must have a separate printer that is only used for edible printing. You cannot put edible cartridges in your regular printer and just print from that because there is toxic ink running through your regular printer and somebody could get really sick if they ingest that ink. So if you want to do edible printing at home, you need to invest in a completely separate printer system. And again, I'll put my link below. So like I said, I have 5 reasons why I would choose to use edible images over marshmallow fondant. And let's start with number 1. And that is edible images are much easier to make than fondant decorations. And in turn, I can decorate a cake so much faster if I print edible images and put them on there. So I'm going to show you a couple examples. I found some cakes that I made that were very similar designs that I used edible images and also fondant decorations so you can see the difference. So I have this Bubble Guppies cake that I made, and this first one I printed edible images of the characters. And then on this one, I made the characters out of fondant. And those fondant characters, there's so many tiny pieces, tiny details in them. Each one probably took 45 minutes to an hour to make. So the edible image cake took a lot less time to make. On to reason number 2. Since edible images are easier to make, it's accessible for everyone, from beginners all the way to advanced cake decorators. And I will show you an example. I have made this Sesame Street cake so many times, and it is pretty simple because you just print the images of the characters on there and add some borders and polka dots and you're done. You can always add some fondant decorations in there as well, like the name and some little curly cues. And I have videos showing you how I do a lot of these, and I'm going to link them all down below. But here's a Sesame Street cake that I recently made, and the characters on the bottom are all made out of fondant. And again, they took a lot longer to make. And you do need to have a little bit of experience to be able to make those. Reason number 3, and that is marshmallow fondant decorations look better than edible images only if you are experienced and good at making marshmallow fondant decorations. If not, your edible image decorations may look better. And I'm going to show you examples of cakes that I have made. So here is a Blue's Clues design that I made, and this one has edible images on it versus this one with the fondant decorations. And I personally just feel like the one with the fondant decorations looks so much better. However, I've been making fondant decorations for so long, I've gotten really good at it. Here's a Blue's Clues cake that I made years ago, and you can see my fondant decorations weren't as skilled as they are now. From that cake, I feel like the edible images look better. So it all depends on your skill level if you feel like edible images or fondant decorations would look better. Reason number 4. I prefer to use marshmallow fondant decorations sometimes because of color consistency. When I color fondant, I can use that color fondant on the entire cake and have it match. Sometimes when you print edible images, the colors can be slightly off. And if you've already colored your fondant for the cake, the colors may not match perfectly. And I recently made a TikTok cake, and I will show you an example. So here is the one that I made out of fondant where all of the colors match. And you can see the fondant heart matches the fondant polka dots. And then this one that I recently made has edible images on it. And look at the pink in the heart. The pink is a little off from the polka dots that I made. So color consistency, while it's not always a big deal, it still is one of the reasons why I choose to do fondant decorations. And last but not least, reason number 5. And that is that it depends on customer preference. Marshmallow fondant decorations can be perceived as more valuable and artistic in some people's eyes because anyone can print out an edible image and put it on a cake, but it does require a little more artistic ability to be able to make good fondant decorations. So I'm going to put over here some cakes that I've made that have edible images on them. And they look really good. You can make your edible images look really nice and crisp. I like to get that little white border around the edge and make it look coherent. And they can look really nice and sharp and crisp. However, here are some cakes that I made that have all fondant decorations. And while the edible image cakes look really nice, I just feel like the marshmallow fondant cakes are on another level. So I hope that helped you guys out. I love using both edible images and fondant decorations for my cakes. Most of the time, I will mix it up and use a bit of edible images, I'll print some edible images and then make fondant decorations as well. So it's really all up to you and what the customer prefers. And like I said before, I have tons of videos showing you how I use edible images and also how I make fondant decorations. I show in tons of my videos. So I'm going to find a bunch of them and link them below for you. And just a reminder, I do have a KakeAcademy membership program. There are 3 tiers to the program, and the top 2 tiers have access to my exclusive Facebook group. And in that group, I go live. One of the lives, I actually taught how to make a 2-dimensional fondant Minnie Mouse. And here she is. How adorable is she? And I did a step-by-step tutorial on how to make 2-dimensional fondant figures, and you can use what you learn in the tutorial to make anything out of fondant. And that live will still be accessible until March of 2024. And also in that group, I had a Zoom meeting where we did cake critiques. People sent me pictures of cakes that they made, and we critiqued them to help them improve. And we give pricing advice, and we are having so much fun in this group. I would love to have you aboard, so I'm going to link that information in the description. Please like this video if you liked it, and if you're enjoying my tutorials, I would be so grateful if you could buy me a coffee. My link is down below. And I would love it if you would keep in touch on socials, and you can check out my website. And if you want to see how I use edible images, you can watch this video next. And hit subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. And remember, it's cake, have fun. I will see you on the next one. Bye.